Hey, how's it? Like a Nation, Cowboy Buzz here. How you doing? All right. Yeah, my day was so hectic yesterday. I was so zoned out. I didn't even look at my phone. Not even when I was walking back to my truck when I left work. Because we were shorthanded. We was just so busy. I just was zoned out. I just wanted to get home. And then right before that, I got one text. Right before I got in my truck. So I finally looked at my phone and I was like, okay. And then I was like, oh, that's a lot of notifications. Jerry West passed away, and I was like, what? Laker Nation, I mean, lost one of the best players they ever had. NBA lost one of the players that had held the logo. We lost the logo. But nobody faces the loss more than his family, so, you know, sending my condolences out to them. Um, but, everybody has to talk about Pat Riley's coaching and executive. Talk about a player, one of the greatest players to ever done it, and to do it maybe even greater as an executive. There's few kind of comparisons and all that. But yeah, I mean hell, like I said, he's the logo. But me growing up, like, and then had like history stuff on ESPN and stuff like that, and then see highlights talking about Jerry West and all that. I grew up more of him being Mr. Clutch than the logo. It was only after I graduated, and that's when like the logo. I obviously don't like talk about it because NBA doesn't want to sign those royalty checks, because they're using him and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, having said that, um, the other name that I know there was another name, but the only other one I can really think of right now is they called him Mr. Outside, which is kind of interesting because there was no 3 point line back then, and to call and that explains how great of a touch that he had on the ball and all that. But yeah, I know some people like to point out the finals losses and everything, but going up against the Boston Celtics a lot of those years, you know, and I know people like to throw out that super team stuffs a lot, but then when you draft majority of your players, that's not a super team. That's just a that's just a great team. That's a great a great era for your dynasty. That's what when you build through the draft the way that is, that's a dynasty. Okay, it's not a super team. It's a dynasty, and that's what they had with the Celtics. Huh? But for Jerry West and Elgin Baylor, and couple players here and there, you know, going up against that, and the NBA, the rest of the NBA had to face that too. But for Jerry West and all that, for to face them and and couple times push them to the brink, that shows how good Jerry West was. And think about it this way too. Not only Jerry West has a record of doing certain things, but he holds the record for a playoff series for most points in a series, average points per series in the series with 46 points. That's unbelievable. And not only that, to go up against the Celtics in that time, losing Game 7 with all those players with all those guys that are on the court, Havlicek, Russell, Jones, you know, you know, was Ramsey still there? I forget if, but you just think about Casey, the two other Jones, Sam Jones and Casey Jones. But you think about all those players that was on the court for the Celtics, and they won, and they still look at they still look at Jerry West and said, "That's the MVP." Now, I know people can say, "Oh, nowadays they won't do that because whatever," but you just think about it back then. Like I said, with all those players, they looked at Jerry West and said, "That's the damnest best player and all that," you know. And then what was missing from that team? They got Will Chamberlain, and no, and then next thing you know, not only you get one of the greatest Lakers teams of all time, he got one of the greatest NBA teams of all time, and he won his championship that way. And and it's still talked about, that, but you know I know Laker fans. I know we kind of wish that he won more, but to give the Lakers that much opportunities, to give everything that he got, cannot be touched. I know he went to coaching and that wasn't his true passion, but then after scouting for a few years, and then next thing you know, he's the man, the general manager. That's when the Lakers just went crazy. You know, I mean, what, three, maybe five. I mean, maybe three with Kobe and Shaq, and then six championships he brought to the Lakers after he took over as the general manager, and all that. So yeah, I mean, you know, what can you say? What he did? James Worthy, Byron Scott. Later on, AC Green. I know he didn't stay with the Lakers after, but getting somebody like a Vlade Divac who I really like, Eldon Campbell who I really like, Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, all those guys, getting Cedric Ceballos, after a while, but then, you know, what was missing from his career, from his time playing with the Lakers, and what was the Lakers' history? George Mikan, Will Chamberlain, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He looked at Shaq, was like, "Did they offer you already? No. Oh, yeah, well, I don't know if I get. How much you asking for? I don't know if I get you that, but I can get you this much." And he's like, "Okay, okay, okay, get the offer." Well, they're not gonna make me an offer. Okay, I got you. And because he recognized the importance of what meant to the Lakers as a center and everything. In the meanwhile, he's scouting Kobe. And even though he was like, I'm pretty sure that he was like, I don't care what of course, I want him to make that impact as early as he can, but I'm gonna bring championships. I'm not gonna get a great player. I don't care about being a great player. I'm gonna get a championship type player in Kobe Bryant and all that, and that's what he got. And Kobe really really appreciated, you know, Kobe really, really appreciated, and admired, and was very influenced by Jerry West. And you know what? Jerry West was like, you know what? I need a coach that's gonna get Kobe's attention. Phil Jackson. And obviously he left, and then that's when things got a little out of control. But you talk about Kobe. Kobe would have listened to Jerry West if you would have just told him, you know what, enough. And even Shaq said it too. It's like Shaq was like, nah, Jerry West would have not had allowed us to be bickering like that. He would have told us to shut up and play, and that and that's the thing. But when he left the Lakers, look, he went to the Grizzlies, got them to got them to competitiveness. Went to look what he did for the Warriors and all that, bringing back championships to that organization. And I know the Clippers don't have that type of success, but they started beating the Lakers. And even though that doesn't sound like much and all that, but Jerry West was like, well, if you're gonna win something, you gotta start winning. You gotta start winning the attitude of like, you guys just nothing but the tenants for the Lakers, for the Lakers and all that kind of stuff. And that's what he did and all that. But anyway, and you think about him and Pat Riley, one of the greatest coaches, and then him running the stuff. But then look what Pat Riley was able to do after he became president. And I'm pretty sure that he picked up a lot of things from Jerry West as well too. And you see what Pat Riley got to do as well too. But before I go, I gotta tell this story. I saw it on a clip. And it makes you appreciate the past and all that kind of stuff, because Jerry West was talking about this story, like, even though, and the funny thing is, like, you can feel the the um the admiration, the appreciation, and the love and all that. But to be competitive with each other like that, it makes you love it even more. You know, uh, he tells a story about him and Kobe. It's like Kobe, you never really fall out. You would have be able to guard me. Come on. And Kobe was like, I would have kicked your ass and all that kind of stuff. And then he was like, okay, you call yourself the Black Mamba, right? He was like, yeah, yeah. Okay, what beats a Black Mamba? Or what beats a snake? And he was like, oh, what? And he was like, what? And then he was like, the mongoose. I'm the mongoose. Like, you gotta love that kind of stories and all that. But anyway, again, his family lost a true loved one, and the rest of the basketball world lost a true icon. Alright, that's my video. Mahalo for watching. Aloha.